Hey guys, welcome back to Miniature Adventures and welcome back to some more sci-fi terrain. Yes, we are back with some more sci-fi terrain. Now, I've got to apologize. I'm probably a bit bunged up. Downside of having kids, you end up catching all their colds. So, I pretty much got a cold. But that is not going to slow me down. Now, first though, got to get out of the way. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe. Subscribe, please. We are hoping to do a competition when we hit 1,000 subscribers. Not sure what the prize is yet. But please, help us get there. It really would be fantastic if I could. Also, hit that like button. The YouTube algorithm loves it. Loves it. If it's all digital, you know, it's probably making out with all the like buttons. I don't know. Now, what are we looking at today? So, I just want to go ahead and say this was printed on my Bamboo Labs A1, and I'm pretty much using the Anycubic grey filament because that's all I ever use. The reason why I print all my stuff in grey is honestly, if I'm going to spray it white, it'll cover with white, and if I'm going to spray it black, it'll cover nicely with black. It's also one of the cheapest options buying bundles. But also it's just a neutral color. I could leave it like this and it's perfectly fine. So this is probably printed at 100%, which is about 32mm scale. So, you know, it gives you a bit of room. You could scale it down to 28mm. And we're going to get into the different thoughts I have with this a bit later on. But let's take a look. So what is it? So this is, it's actually officially labeled as weapons room, but I would call it a gun emplacement. So basically this would sit up on top of your base. You've got a nice beautiful ladder here that takes you up and down. And then you have a beautiful turret. And I didn't glue this together because I kind of wanted to show you that it will sit in there. And then sit in there like that. And you can basically swivel it. So if you are playing any games that require line of sight, and it's like over there, you could pretty much have a rule that says, well, it's going to take you a turn to move over to here. It does come with a blast shield as well. For, you know, not sure when that would be useful, but I think, you know, maybe it's a shutdown emplacement. So comes in two parts, very minimalistic, which I absolutely love. First part is the main gun emplacement, and it says "Do not cross" here, which I love, because basically what that means is there's a big gun there, and you're going to get shot. I love the fact we've got some kind of control. I'm assuming cameras and things. And then a kind of control here, which I really do like. And I love the detail of it. Not sure why there's so many wispies from my printer. Anyway, now obviously we've got a door here, which fits pretty much the standard LV427 doors. And that's, in case I didn't already say, that's what this comes from. So this is an LV427 design. I love the fact that we've got the grates on the bottom. Really does kind of fit with the aesthetic. I could absolutely see this as an LV Hadley's Hope kind of thing, or Weyland-Yutani, or even an outpost. Maybe you've got like one here, you've got another one over here, and then the main gateway. That I could definitely see, and I love that. Now, the best thing, I don't know if it was designed like this, but I'm going to say the best thing is that you can add this on, which will then obviously make it higher because of the door. Or you could leave it like this and attach it to the normal buildings, comes through, and like I say, then you could build the main entranceway and come here. There's another version of the weapons room, and I think maybe for that video we'll set up a little kind of thing to set up. I'll be really honest with you, I actually just thought about it. So this is just absolutely beautiful. You could use this for sci-fi, but I reckon you could definitely use this for bolt action. Really does have that kind of Normandy feel, pillbox kind of look. In theory, you could build rocks out here, kind of so it's sunk in the mountain, and this leads to trenches. Or, like I say, we could add this up on top. And then, you know, you go down and into the trenches that way, which I like. And it gives you a kind of fortified position. You know, your fighters got to fight their way up here, and then you can seal the door here, and they've got to fight their way in here. again, there's not a whole lot to it. I love the detail of this, and I'm really getting annoyed with the wispies. I changed the sock on my printer, and it looks like, don't buy second, what do they call it, third party parts sometimes. I bought the heat socks, and I think that's what's shedding. So we have a kind of weapons locker here. Whoo-ay. Would help if we actually could see. Kind of weapons locker here. Air vent. We've got some lovely pipes. Some lovely ladders here. Watch your step. I really like that attention to detail. Some more bits here. And then some kind of, let's move this over here. Some controls and some more pipes. And if we go back to this one, we can see there's all the cables that go into the ground. And if we grab this, we can kind of see that it'll sit there, and they kind of match up a little. Stop, there we go. And I just think that that really does look cool. And like I say, there's not a lot to it, but it definitely could be added to a planet base using the outer walls. I could see that happening. It has these bits here. But you could still, use it for a space station or things like that. But a land base is kind of what we're looking at. I do kind of wish that these weren't here. Just primarily, or an option to maybe attach them would be kind of cool. So that you could get that aesthetic, but you could also use them for different things. I could see it being used on a ship. Maybe this is at the top, and you go down and things like that. And then a blast shield that comes down to protect you, in case you're getting blasted. But yeah, so that is the weapons room, or gun emplacement if you want to call it, from LV427. A cool little kind of model, terrain piece. Very minimalistic, which I like. It didn't take long. I think this took about 4 hours to print, If you've got a big enough bed, you could obviously print them side by side and print them together. But yeah, so that is it, guys. That is the gun weapons room from LV427. Can't wait for the next video where we've got a different version to show you. And like I say, keep subscribed, because we're going to be going through some more of this kind of sci-fi terrain as well. And we will see you next time.